8:52 here at Big 550 KTRS. That's the music from Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat. Music by Andrew Lloyd Webber. Lyrics by Tim Rice. It debuts at Stages. It's the kickoff for the 30th season at Stages next Friday, June 2nd. It runs through July 2nd. Two of the stars here. Kristen Scott, narrator. Well, Kirsten Scott.
Kirsten, it's okay.
Kirsten.
It's a hard name.
My niece is named Kirsten, and I've never got it right for her.
Like,
it's
like Kier Royale.
She's
exactly.
Kirsten Scott is the narrator, and Jeff Sears, you play Joseph.
That's right.
Now, I've seen Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat a long time ago. Explain to people what the play is or the musical is.
That's great. Well, it's the story of Joseph, who
Joseph,
comes from
the big
Canaan.
Joseph.
Oh,
right.
you got it.
Right.
Yeah, that's right.
The Joseph.
Gets sold into slavery and then becomes vizier of Egypt.
Right.
It's a tragic story that becomes a coming of age for him
and you play
redemption
Joseph.
story.
You
That's
play
right.
Joseph the carpenter.
You go. That's right. Everyone in the Genesis was a carpenter, I'm pretty sure.
And you play.
I play the narrator, so I get to tell this story. And it's a beautiful story. It's a good family show. It's about kind of redemption and learning how to kind of turn your dreams into a reality, and how it's okay to dream, which is lovely.
Sure.
It's fun. I get to kind of sit back and watch the show as it happens and kind of lead people through it.
Now, are you on stage the whole time?
Pretty much.
Almost.
Yes,
Yeah.
almost. I have a couple costume changes where I'll like slip out the back.
Right. How hard is it to learn a show like this?
You know, this one actually I'm finding, and I'm gonna knock on wood because like
Right, opening day.
I know, right? Opening day.
Right.
I find that this show has been easier because everything's set to music. It's a fully sung show. So when you have like notes and rhythms that you also are keeping up with, I feel like the words kind of fall and they land a little bit easier in my brain for some reason. Like I'm able to kind of keep them in there because I have to sing and speak the words.
Sure.
But if it was a book show, sometimes those are a little harder to get in my head.
And there's really no dead space. It barrels right along.
Right.
It kind of trucks right along. Yeah.
Talk about Stages for a minute, because both of you guys are from live in New York, so you're in for the show.
Yeah.
Not a lot of cities put on produced musicals like this. So how well is Stages known with actors in New York?
Quite well.
Yeah.
In terms of regional theaters, it's definitely up there with some of the best.
Right.
And they take really good care of their actors, and the production quality here is amazing.
Right.
I was here last year for It Should Have Been You.
Oh, yeah,
And
okay.
yeah, it was a really wonderful experience, and the community is so supportive, and our artistic director is so wonderful, our director's amazing, and the whole team is just truly amazing at what they do.
And they put together an amazing cast. We're just having so much fun, and we're
yeah.
really enjoying each other, which I think is also lovely.
Yeah. A lot of people don't realize that the theater in St. Louis you don't get this in every town. I mean, this is special to St.
This
Louis.
is really special.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah. All right, so you're from Overland Park, Kansas.
Oh, yeah.
And so you live in New York now.
That's right.
And this is what you do, right?
Yeah.
This is your life.
This is our lives.
This is how you do it. All
And
right.
you guys said you've known each other for 14 years?
That's about it.
Yes.
Yeah. We went to college
We went to
together.
college together. We met
Okay.
way back when. Oh my gosh. Not
And
way back when.
Did you guys always want to do musical theater? Is that what did you fall into it by
Well,
accident?
I was originally going to play for the Kansas City Royals
Okay.
when I was
Whoa.
13 years old.
Okay, right, fair
but
enough.
then, it
I
finally
know,
won out.
I know what that's like. Yeah. So being a Broadway actor was your fallback position.
Was your fallback?
Absolutely.
Because it's
Yeah,
so
yeah.
easy to do.
right.
Anyone can really do it, you know.
What about
Oh my
you?
gosh. I wanted to be an oceanographer. I was a huge science nerd. And then a friend of mine was like, come do this like summer theater program when I was 13. I was like, okay, great. And I auditioned and I fell in love with it. So I've been doing it ever since. And I was like, yeah, I think this is what I want to do.
Yeah. Well, we can certainly see
Kinda
how
fit like a glove.
it helped you come out of your shell.
Absolutely. I was a very
guys are
shy
so
little
shy.
science nerd.
All right, Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat, music by Andrew Lloyd Webber, lyrics by Tim Rice. I will tell you this, I interviewed Tim Rice for 2 hours once.
Really?
Yeah, and it was one of the most interesting.
Fascinating?
Yeah, it was really very interesting. And matter of fact, after the interview, his publicist came up to me and said, I didn't know half that stuff. Yeah, it was
Nice.
real. Yeah, and
You
he
did
was
your job.
And
You
he,
did, I know,
And
you
he
did
was just so engaging and so interesting. And what about this? Because I don't know anything about music, but I love musicals, and it was really very interesting. Yeah. So
Wow.
Tim Rice, a pretty interesting character.
That's so cool.
Yeah. Andrew Lloyd Webber, Tim Rice, Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat at Stages. It opens June 2nd. It's getting rave reviews. Kirsten Scott, the narrator. Kirsten. I couldn't do it. Jeff Sears plays Joseph the Carpenter. Guys, thanks for coming in. Have a good run.
Thank you.